Today I fucked up by accidentally getting one of my 4-year-old triplets drunk at the movie theater. Update 5. This sub isn't "Today I did a whoopsie." This is a "Today I fucked up" from start to finish. Not one part of this story is not AF up. Enjoy my egregiously irresponsible parenting story and feel free to share yours. Also, people seem to be really concerned about how much I had to eat first. Right before we walked into the theater we had 2 giant slices of pizza, nearly a pound of fruits, edamame, cucumbers, some soda with a lot of water, olives and other items. We had plenty to eat first. At no point was I intoxicated, even slightly. Can't say the same for the child though. Edit. Very interesting polarization on this one. I wonder what the graph would look like or if someone corroborated age with the spirit of the comment. Anyways, this is a story that's told in good faith. We have 5 kids. The older ones have developed into wonderful and respectful people who enjoy living in a free country. I wish you all the best, and if this story offends you I apologize. Update. This post is a couple hours old now and I'm getting reported to Reddit and threatened to have CPS called on me. Here's what you people need to do. Go to the movie theater and call CPS on every adult that orders a drink with their kids present. Then go to the restaurants and do the same. Any adult that drinks in the presence of their children at a restaurant, immediately call CPS. You'll be a hero, Karen, an absolute hero. Second update. I just got murdered so hard by either an Aussie or an Englishman and it's made my night. Thank you, sir. You are hilarious. Third update. Imagine the horror on these people's faces when parents take their kids out to dinner and order a cocktail or glass of wine and then drive their family home after 1-2 drinks in a 2-hour span. Why CPS doesn't just camp outside of establishments and bust all the terribly irresponsible parents is just beyond me. Fourth update. People are so soft. I had no idea. No, I'm not taking this post down, ever. There is nothing wrong here. You people need to seriously reevaluate yourselves and your shaming. Have you never been in a public place where there are children, parents and some alcohol being served? Restaurants, fairs, movie theaters, entertainment venues, sporting events. Seriously people. You need a therapist to deal with your issues if you think I've done anything dangerous or illegal or morally wrong here. The real foo here is what I was drinking, not how much. Good grief, tears of joy. So, we have triplets, and I've been trying to get them out in the world after denning for 4 years. I love to get a half bottle of wine when we go to the movies, it's my treat. Well, this time out I was by myself because my spouse wanted some kid-free time. Normally I get a red wine, but this time, it was so hot out and we had just come from the park, I got a white. The thing is, with the wine they give you the same cup as the water cups. I had 2 kids on my left and 1 on my right. Sure enough, because it was hot my kids asked for water, so I passed them a cup and pour them some from the big water bottle I had brought with me. Having them carry full cups of water from the concession to the theater is a disaster in motion otherwise. Movie started, I poured my first glass of wine, had a couple generous sips and settled in. Well, very soon the triplets were all real thirsty and bouncing in their seats and drank a half a glass of their water at least. A little time went by and the kid on my right also needed some things, water, popcorn, couldn't figure out how to recline his chair and was playing "The Floor is Lava" in the row seating of the theater, so I was distracted for a minute or two. I came back. I hadn't left my chair. I was bribing my son with popcorn and treats to move back over here. That took a minute or two. Definitely less than 3 minutes. Finally, was sitting in my chair ready to enjoy some more wine and saw my daughter's glass was empty, poured her more water, sighed and took the second moment I had in about 15 minutes to take a sip of my glass. It was water, not wine. It took me a minute to realize what had happened. My youngest and smallest triplet had clearly drank at least a half a glass of wine and drained what I had left after a first heavy pour and a couple sips. Well, for the rest of the movie she was very huggy, giggly and I think dizzy. She remained awake the whole time. My other daughter smacked her on the arm and the drunk one threatened to turn the other into a frog. Movie ended, she made it. But soon as we were buckling up in the van she nodded off. Oh, memories. Too long did not read. I left my cup of white wine unattended for a few seconds, sorry not minutes, next to a cup of water and came back to find my wine had been fully consumed by one of the other 4-year-old triplets. Second edit. At no point did I leave my seat or drink unattended. Both my daughter's water cup and mine were on my chair table. I was looking to the right but sitting right there. I would have noticed a beer can in her hands, but the white wine was indistinguishable. Threatening to turn someone into a frog, that's a mean drunk. I would have thought that a child would sip the wine and go, yuck. About 20 years ago, my dad was out mowing the lawn with a bottle of beer. He goes to drink some and asks my mom if she had had any because it was mostly empty and he really didn't think he had drank that much. My mom said no, she hadn't drank it. A couple minutes later, my, then, 3-year-old sister comes out of the house screaming and laughing. We very quickly realized what had happened. She was fine and clearly we still tell this story 2 decades later. My dad dropped a beer off the deck railing once by accident and our dog drank the spill. She waited beneath the deck when he was out there for the rest of her life in hopes of another beer. That movie must have been really enjoyable for the other people there. I don't think you're a bad guy because your kid unknowingly had some of your wine, shit happens. But letting your kids run amok in the cinema? Dickhead move. Today I fucked up by going in my wife's purse without asking. Today I fucked up late last night. I heard my wife's phone ringing in her purse. She was already in the bed so I reached in there and got it out to hand to her. When I went to retrieve the phone I also saw some candy in there. So I got the pack of candy out also and ate the small pack of about 11 pieces of Sour Patch Kids. I woke up at about 3 a.m. in the morning having to use the bathroom. When I went to go stand up I felt real woozy. I thought this was because I was recently diagnosed with MS and I thought it was a side effect of my MS. I stumbled onto the bathroom and I had to sit on the toilet just to pee. I get back to the bed and I could not hold a coherent thought in my head. I'm thinking, oh my god, if MS is causing this confusion there is no way I can live like this. My mind is steady racing. I wake my wife up and tell her how I feel. I tell her if I don't wake up or if I go crazy tell my kids I love them. She asked me if I want to go to the ER. I said no cause my dad suffers from panic attacks and anxiety. He goes to the ER twice a week because of it. I was thinking maybe I might just be having a panic attack. I was like my wife has good insurance on me so if I die they'll be taken care of. I finally fall back asleep. My wife wakes up to go to work the next morning. She asks does she need to call in work and take me to doctor. I told her no. She then walks to my side of the bed and sees the empty candy wrapper. Then she asks me, did you eat my candy? I get a good look at the candy wrapper she's holding up since all the lights are on. I see her holding the empty wrapper of what I thought was Sour Patch Kids gummies. They were actually edibles called Stony Patch Kids. Then she starts laughing and says that's what you get for going in my purse without asking me. Too long did not read. By going in my wife's purse and eating what I thought was regular sour gummies but were instead edibles called Stony Patch Kids. The candy I ate had a total of 1,000 mg THC. I was in bed for 2 days. My mom made a similar mistake going in my aunt's purse. She ate 5 peach rings, thinking they were just candy. My aunt had put them in a Ziploc, taking them out of their normal package. They were like 10 or 20 mg each, I forget. My aunt has a medical card. She hasn't smoked pot in like 15 years and it was nothing compared to how potent edibles can be today. My aunt came back in the room after a bit and my mom was laying on the couch. My mom asked her to bring a trash can over as she thought she was going to puke. My aunt scoffed and told my mom to get it herself, thinking she'd had too much of the wine they were drinking. My mom exclaimed, I can't. I'm just ahead. When marijuana became legal in Canada, I decided to buy a joint and smoke it. I am 67, an old hippie, so I haven't smoked since the early 70s. The pot back then was full of seeds and bits of branches, so smoking a joint by yourself would make you giggle for about an hour or so and that would pretty much be the highlight. So I smoked the whole joint by myself. Do you know how hard it is to Google, "Can I die from a marijuana overdose?" while you're slowly melting into the sofa? Haven't smoked it since. 1,000 mg? Holy shit. I basically pass out on 10 mg gummies. Oops lol. Maybe you should ask before you eat someone's candy LMAO. My brother was nearly crushed to death at work. Freak accident, no negligence. Luckily he moved and only got his leg broken. While he was off work healing, his friend came by with a 2,000 mg edible. He said my brother can have the whole thing. He meant he can have it all to himself. My brother thought he meant he could eat it all in one go. He was trippin' hardcore and slept for like 14 hours after. That's what you get for going into your wife's purse, for sure. I'm sorry you have MS. That shit sucks, but cannabis can help you a great deal if you treat it with respect and learn to understand it. Today I fucked up by not reading the headline right while researching baby names. Today I fucked up first thing in the morning. My wife is pregnant with our first child and is due in about a month. We've been back and forth about names ever since the test came back positive. We thought we had a solid name and dropped it last night, so this morning I started searching through Reddit again for more ideas. If you sort nomunards by popularity, the top post is very touching if you read the title correctly. I didn't quickly screen capped. My wife gave birth 8 hours ago and I'm on Reddit desperately searching for a name, and sent it to my wife with the subtitle, "Us next month." She woke up, read the message and rolled back over without saying anything. It's early so I didn't think anything of it. About an hour later I went back to the message to forward it to a friend and reread what I had sent. My wife died giving birth 8 hours ago, with the subtitle, "Us next month." Woke her up and apologized profusely. Going to spend the day trying to help her forget I'm an idiot. Too long did not read. Didn't read title or most of post. Sent screen cap to pregnant wife that says she's going to die soon. Good God, dude. I can't fucking read either, but at least I've never had it make something implode to that level. Jesus. Wow. A TIFU. That's really a TIFU. I feel for you. Hey, it was an honest mistake, I hope she understands. I had a similar mishap the other day. Not quite as bad LMAO. But my significant other texted me, "I have a surprise for you at lunch," and I said, "Your dick," and he said, "Ouch." Turns out he said, "I have a small surprise," got too excited about the surprise, missed the small part, cringed at myself for hours. So, major solidarity, it happens to everyone. Handed the phone to my husband saying, "I know I'm always mad at you, but at least you don't make me this mad." Seriously though, I'm not sure how your wife handles anger, but rolling over and not leaving the room just because you're in it is a good sign. You definitely still need to make it up to her, lol. Good luck. This is pretty awful and definitely something I would do because I skim read too much for my own good. Hoping your wife has a good sense of humor. If it makes you feel better, my husband waited until I was in active labor to tell me why the chainsaw was originally invented. Not a nice mental image while pushing a baby out, but a hilarious story now. I feel like I'd just reply with a, "You wanna read that back, love?" and carry on with my day. No real food to me. Today I fucked up by installing a John Cena extension on my laptop. So this happened yesterday. A while ago I downloaded this extension for Chrome on my laptop that whenever you load a new web page it has a 1/100th chance of going to a super loud John Cena video. I thought it was hilarious, and I rarely used my laptop for things other than porn and dank memes, so I quickly forget about it. Well, last week my grandfather passed away, and my super serious military uncle asked if he could see my laptop to pick out music for the service. Oh shit, my browser history, so I delete that right quick, but I forget the John Cena extension. You can probably see where this is going. Whatever god I pissed off decided that today was going to be the day. The whole fam gathers and he searches up some nice, melodic music. Real heartfelt stuff. We all agreed it was good. So he moved on to the related videos and his name is John Cena Trumpet. Oh. Fuck. I frantically reached down and hit F5, but the damage was done and now my uncle and the rest of my relatives think I found my grandpa's death to be a great time to play a practical joke. Too long did not read. I fucked up by accidentally playing a John Cena video during my grandfather's funeral. The extension actually plays the John Cena video 100/100th times. You just can't see him 99 times. And your cousins will be telling that story on your funeral. Remember at Grandpa's funeral when Joe. At least porno didn't start playing instead. Dude, don't sweat it. 6 feet under or 6 feet over, at least for me, it's hilarious. Your uncle is the problem, not you. Love from Germany. Your grandfather when he enters heaven. The champ is here. Imagine if they used your laptop at the service.